Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Yes, good evening and welcome back to the Kop TV for yet another fan cam for another Premier League home win for Liverpool. This time it was Sheffield United, a 2-1 win, comfortable in the end, a few nervy moments towards it, a goal that definitely should have stayed in, and obviously a penalty that was never a penalty. I've got a great co-host with me tonight, but before I introduce him to you, if you're watching this right now, remember to like the video, remember to comment to the video, but most importantly, the reason why we're all here, is subscribe to the channel as well. That would be great. I'm joined by my brother, Mr. Doyle Mills, aka Free. How are we, sir? Good win?
I'm very, very good, lads. Very, very good. Good win, yeah. Great win, lads. 2-1.
2-1. Flying, bro. So get your comments now, guys, for us to answer. We're going to be on here for the next 30 to 40 minutes, lapping up victory. It was a needed one, Doyle. Our first win in 3 Premier League games. Definitely some nervy moments. Give me your overview of the game.
Well, this is the whole point of why I'm being enthusiastic now, because it's our first win in 3 games, mate. You know what I mean? Like proper. I needed to be enthusiastic about this one. I think the pen through was off a little bit, didn't it? Of course, it's gone in. It's a bit dodgy, the pen decision as well. But it's just one of them, lads. I think they grew into the game. And when he started growing into it, he just started playing better football. Mo Salah was playing well. Jota done well for himself as well. He was pressing really good. And notice, I know Bobby was playing Cam today, and he scored. That's where Bobby should be playing. I know he weren't massively effective today, but he still scored. Do you know what I mean? It worked. I like what I've seen today. I did.
Yeah, a great win in the end. Ruby says, man like Doyle, yes, come on. Yes, lads, yes, lads. If you're commenting, please, if you haven't already, subscribe. Will here says, never a pen, but great win. So we'll start chronologically then. Actually, before the penalty, which was only about 13 minutes in, Liverpool had 2 great chances to score. Salah with a really early chance. And then Trent hits one from the halfway line. Almost.
Oh, my days.
Talk to me about the first 10 minutes. It was a real domination from Liverpool, but then they get a penalty, which, in my opinion, wasn't inside the box and wasn't a foul.
Well, I think it may have been just about a foul. Maybe it was. I don't know. It's modern football, isn't it? Like, if you're playing Sunday League or you're playing a normal game of football, that's not a foul because you got the ball first. Simple as that.
Yeah.
But, you know, like you said, we were playing well for the first 10 minutes, which gives me confidence in that they can play in that formation with them tactics and stuff. It's just that decision is going to throw you off. Imagine you're playing a game, lads, and the ref gives a pen that's not a pen. You're like, what? That's in your head for the next however long, lads. You know what I mean? It's in your head for the rest of the game. That's all you're thinking about is, I've just been bumped. That was a bump. You know what I mean? So the fact that they combated that and were resilient enough to score some goals, even the fact, bro, right? I'm jumping ahead here, that Salah scored a boss goal, by the way.
What a finish that was.
Boss that, lad. And it got taken away from us. And then Jota scored again straight away, lad. You know what I mean? Like that. Liverpool, there's one thing that Jurgen Klopp's teams do. They don't always play 100% and the best football, but they always find the next gear. Do you get what I'm saying about that? We always find whatever we need to do to win, whatever that next gear is. It may not be the best football in the world, but we'll do it because we find a way. That's what Liverpool teams do, and that's what we did today, lad. Boss, made up with that, lad.
Yeah, found a way to win it. So obviously the goal goes in for them. A few nervy moments with Brewster sneaking in. I thought a little bit lackadaisical from Gomez tonight. Although I think in general he had a good game. So did Fabinho. They didn't really. I mean, listen, there was a couple of saves from Alisson, but to say that we kept a clean sheet apart from a penalty isn't too bad. So, yeah, half-time comes in. Firmino gets one back. It's 1-1 at half-time. And then, like you say, obviously the VAR call to disallow Salah's goal was tough to take considering how good it was. But it was probably just offside. It's so fucking close. It's so,
you can take
so crazy that we're getting goals disallowed for that when 5 years ago, the advantage would have been given and the benefit of the doubt would have been given to the striker. Just doesn't exist anymore, that, does it?
If anyone calls us Liverpool again, I'm just going to show them these run of games that we've had. We've been nailed by VAR, you know. What's happening, Roy Richards, lad? Yeah, we've been nailed by VAR, you know, like proper in the last 2 games. It's heavy. Yeah, it is. The big sweaty one, lad. Big, heavy, sweaty ball sack, lad.
A lot of hair there as well, I think, which collates the sweat, doesn't it?
Yeah. Proper stinks.
I mean, I was obviously celebrating when that Salah goal goes in. A great touchdown from the ball over his right shoulder from Trent. Beautiful finish. And then you're thinking, is this going to be our day? Have we suffered again thanks to VAR? But then almost 2 minutes later, a great cross from Sadio Mane, which is pretty much inch perfect. And I don't think he would have scored if the cross wasn't pretty much perfect, which it was. Evades the taller Egan, I think it is, at the back stick, or Stevens, who's at least 5'11", and little Jota sneaks in there with the header. Great finish, Doyle. That's 2-1. But it was the last 25 minutes. It was end to end.
Well, this is the thing. We had the post as well, didn't we? And on another day, these go in. You got to understand, like, Liverpool are going through a patch right now, like everybody else, where things just aren't going our way, lad. Simple as that, really. But we're still finding a way to win, lad, and that's all that matters. Like, we hit the post a few times, we had a few chances. Simple as that. Salah annoyed me a little bit. Like, he should have passed the ball to Mane in the.
You reckon he should have passed that? Yeah.
Yeah, lad. I know he's deadly. Like, that's what he does, but it never went in. Do you know what I mean, lad? So if you're gonna take that risk of not getting a sure goal, then you have to score, lad. In my opinion, that's just the way it is. Like, Salah's boss, lad, and he's deadly, and I love him for the fact that he's deadly. But sometimes, lad, that's his one flaw, isn't it? Because Mane doesn't do that, lad. Mane would lay him off, lad.
Yeah, Mane would have passed, I think. Do you think the fact that he had that goal disallowed 10 minutes before had an impact on him taking that shot? Because he needed to get a goal. He just had one taken away off him. Yeah,
he missed it. So basically, he missed a chance, didn't he? That he should have scored, really. And then he scored a chance that was taken away from him. So that's going to be battered on his head, lad, defo. But like I said, if it was the other way around, Mane would have passed. And the reason why it annoys me, lad, is not simply because it's that one instance where you don't get a goal. It's annoying because maybe Mane won't make the run next time because he doesn't think he's going to get the ball, lad. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I don't want that to seep into the team. I don't want that, like,
it's a good point,
lack of trust to seep into the team with each other. I want them to trust each other and play attacking football and trust that we just want to score goals. It doesn't matter who scores them.
Some of the stuff we played was brilliant. One touch. I think that's what Klopp said at halftime to the lads. Listen, you've got to play quicker football. Every time I seem to look at the screen, there was at least 7 or 8 behind the ball. And Klopp obviously said, look, let's play it up. I was a big fan of Henderson tonight. I thought he led the team amazingly. That man is so clinically underrated when it comes to how much he does for the team. He just keeps everyone in order. In terms of a man of the match, there's a few names that you could chuck in. Obviously, Bobby scored his first home goal of the season. Jota scored the second and the winner. Salah played well. I thought Fabinho was good. Who's yours?
I know, man's Robbo, mate. I seen Robbo. Even when we were a bit stagnant in the first half, he was proper running everywhere, lad. I seen him on the right wing at one point, lad, just chasing the ball down. And that's what you want to see, lad. You want to see committed players. That's why we love Hendo. Because Hendo's always committed and he always brings people up to his level. Do you get what I mean? He pushes them with him. And that's what Robbo was trying to do in that first half. He was like, come here, boys, push, make runs. That's what we need to do, get that energy in the team. And my man of the match was Robbo. He might not have got an assist or a goal or not, but he had a massive effect on the game for me, lads.
Yeah, I didn't think it was his best game for me. And one thing that stands out for me about Robbo today, obviously, there were some moments where he got some incredible nutmegs in. I don't know if you guys remember that, some quick knife little nutmegs. But when he takes corners for us on that, so if you're looking at the Anfield Road end on the left side of that, so swinging in really, but we like to swing out with our corners, don't we? Yeah. When he takes them, bro, I genuinely, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I cannot remember the last time that he beat the first man. I'm sick and tired of Robbo taking corners on that side and not beating.
I think Trent should be taking them myself, lad, as well.
That's what I think. It's got to be an in-swinger.
And the reason why I think Trent should be taking them is because it gives us 2 different types of corner as well. It doesn't leave us to one dynamic. Does that make sense? Yeah. We want to have an out-swinger and we want to have an in-swinger just to have 2 different ways of trying to score a fucking goal, mate. That's just the way it works. We're going to have as many dynamic ways of scoring. And that's one of the ways of doing it, I think. And Trent can pass the ball to anything and anyone, anywhere. You know what I mean? So just give it to Trent. I think, to be honest, I think that's a thing that they've established between the two of them. because they've got a thing with assists, haven't they? So they want to beat each other. So Robbo's probably like, you're not taking both corners, lad. I'm taking one. But if you're going to take one, lads, beat the first man, innit? But still, he played well. In my opinion, he played well.
You're going with Robbo. I think I'm going to, for man of the match, go with... it's a tough one, you know. It's a tough one. Alisson, couple nervy moments. You called that he'd come back, to be fair. I'm actually going to help me out in the comments, guys. Who do we think is actually man of the match tonight? Because I don't think there was a standout performance.
That's what I'm saying, lads.
Yeah.
Robbo just ran the most, lad. Robbo was up and down running the most, lad. And that's what I wanted to see from when you're lacking stuff. At least he was running, lad.
Big up to Nuclear Atoms, who's watching us from America. Not America. Where are you actually watching us from, Nuclear? Let me know. 3:18 in the morning. A quick question for Doyle, and then we're going to bring Few Izzy into the chat. He's waiting as well. A quick one from Doyle. Question coming in here from Roy Richards. Question for Doyle. If you was Jurgen Klopp right now, would you buy Jota a kebab or a pizza from the Shiraz for coming in clutch?
I'm gonna right. I would buy neither. And what I would buy from the Shiraz, I'd stick with the Shiraz, lad, yeah. The Shiraz is where you want to go, lad, yeah. But I'd get the chicken wings that are charcoal grilled, lad, yeah.
There you go.
Believe me, lad. When you go to Liverpool, anybody, get the Shiraz charcoal wings and they'll blow your head off.
You hear that, Few? Next time you're in Liverpool, get down the Shiraz and get the barbecue charcoal wings. Blow your head off.
Yeah, man.
Few, what are you telling me, bro? Good to see you.
Yes, bro.
Yo, you're in. How are we? Good?
I'm all good, man. How you been?
I'm very well, bro. I'm loving the training outfit there. Love that. You guys have met before, haven't you, at the Super Fan debate?
At the AFC TV.
Yeah, that's the one, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, man. So listen, Few, 2-1 win. Not the cleanest of victories, not the most emphatic of victories, but like we said at the start of the show, the first win in 3 games, massively needed as we go into a crucial part of the season.
Yeah. For me, it's 3-1 anyway. You know what? I've managed to block out VAR. I took VAR out. That doesn't exist in my world. VAR doesn't exist in my world. So that Salah goal, that's a goal for me. I celebrate it. Me too, lad, yes. They just didn't change it. It says 3, but in my mind, it's 3-1. It's not 2-1. I just got rid of that VAR stuff. Like they should have done a long time ago.
You know what? In my mind, I'd love that because we are talking again. If that doesn't count and we draw the game 1-0, you're going to be fuming because that is.
So I just managed to just take it out. We beat Everton. We beat Sheffield United. They can say what they want on the Sky Sports app and stuff like that on the BBC app. For me, we got the 3 points. We got the 3 points. VR don't work in my world, man.
Fair play.
What's VAR? What is that?
Well, lads, they give a pen. That wasn't a pen today. And they took a goal away from us last game. And they watched our player get karate chopped everywhere, lad, and just didn't give a red card for it. So,
don't exist in my world, I told you.
Yeah, I might start adopting your tactic, like, sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
VAR doesn't exist anymore, lad.
No, VAR don't exist.
We're top of the league, lad.
Are we
guys sitting down in the office acting like they're referees? Come on, man. A ref runs. A ref doesn't sit down and watch this like CCTV. What is it? Also, that's not VAR, fam.
A ref doesn't make decisions that mate. I can't even describe some of the decisions that have been given against us.
Imagine sitting down in the office watching football and you're saying you're ref. Your phone calls, but you can't pick up because you're refereeing a game.
Eating a pack of quavers while he's
it's a fake job. That job don't exist. It's a fake job. They're just sitting down like that, watching a game. Come on, man.
It's madness, lad. It is madness. I can't deal with VAR, lad, and the decisions 100%. That I'm convinced, right? I'm like, is VAR trying to sabotage Liverpool?
That's what you take.
Conspiracy theory or something? Are we getting sabotaged?
They're on us this season.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Doyle texted me during the game saying, is this a joke? They're actually sabotaging us. If you were watching the earlier game, the Man United game, I mean, that's a clear penalty for Chelsea. Harry Maguire literally had Azpilicueta in here in a headlock. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how that wasn't given. Few, what has to happen for something to change when it becomes a bit of a joke that every single week something is happening which is wrong and unfair?
You know what I feel like, yeah? I feel like what they did in the beginning of the season, they put the job title on read.com for people to apply for. No, be my thing. I don't think you need a qualification to be this ref. To watch football, I don't think you need a qualification. I think you just apply for it. You get the job interviewed. Yes, we like this guy. He looks like he can concentrate for 90 minutes. And it just stashes him in that room.
But are we going to have to...
I want to see what they're doing for 90 minutes.
Are we going to have to start throwing TVs out the window and protesting? And I don't know. I mean, I was going to say don't turn up to the ground. We're not doing that anyway. So how are we going to change this? What's going to happen from the top? Because it seems to me like, boys, every week the ref is the star man. And it's all about him and the decisions that VAR have made on his behalf when he doesn't even go and check the fucking board himself.
This is what I think.
Penalty is beyond me.
I think some managers, some referees do exactly what you say, and they play on the fact that they're doing VAR. And some of them basically shit themselves because they're like, I don't know what decisions to make or what not to make because VAR's going to be in my ear anyway. Does that make sense? You see people that, like, for example, I'll give you an example. Do you remember when we played Chelsea and he took the man down, Christian took Mane down, yeah? It's a blatant red card, lads. But he gave him a yellow straight away because he's like, shit. Maybe if I give him a yellow, VAR will tell me it's a red anyway, and it's a red. But lad, you know it's a red anyway, so just instinctively give the red because it's a red card. I think it's messing with referees' minds, not in just like that type of way, but in like it's affecting all the decisions that they're making in a subconscious way. Does that make sense?
They're not making decisions anymore. They're just waiting for the guy to on the microphone.
Yeah, lads, and I think
then they make the decision.
Yeah, it's taken away from it, lads.
It's not football no more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some of the decisions that we've received over the last few weeks alone, there's some howlers there. But I think the important thing tonight, and I even did a little one of these when we won, just because, you know what I mean? Just because, again, like I said, first win in 3 games. But I'm glad tonight the decision for it to be a penalty and not a Salah goal hasn't actually affected the outcome.
Do you know what I want to do?
Go on for you. You go.
That's a goal in my eyes. The VAR does. I told you. I wake up. I don't know what VAR is.
I know, bro. But listen, you're gonna have to realize that
No, I don't live with it. No, I'm being real. I don't live with it. This is Salah. Do you see his goal, Alex? How you told me that's not a goal? Did you see that goal?
Bro? Of course I saw it. I'm telling you, in my head, it's a goal as well. But we have to wake up eventually and realize that. One of these days, I mean, it did cost us last week, but all I'm saying is we got to be thankful today that Jota, 2 minutes after that big disallowed goal, sticks it in, and we're not sitting here on this stream right now going, VAR, we've drawn 1-1. It hasn't cost us today.
Yes, and that's what I love, lads. That's what I mean. Found that extra gear to be like...
A little extra gear, bro, just to take it out a little bit.
Take that one away from us, lads.
Roy Richards has got a question for Few Izzy. He actually has called you Izzy, though. Would VAR be more even if the same chaps who are making the decisions all the time? Would VAR be more even if the same... a bit more consistency, also 3 first... What the... This fella is off his tits. I don't know.
3 first team players, marry 1, kill 1.
Also, 3 first team players, kiss 1, marry 1, kill 1. Go.
You don't have to.
You're gonna have to break that down. There's too many questions.
Yeah, Roy,
Would
listen.
Be more even if the same chaps were to make the decision all the time. Bit more. You know what? You need to break it down for me, Roy.
Yeah, you got to break that down, Roy. If
I don't know where I'm going with this.
If you're going to come with the smart-ass questions like that, make sure you've got the grammar right. All right, mate? Comma's very important on that one. Winnerpool says, Phew, show us your medal. Have you got your medal with you, bro?
My medal's, it's getting cleaned, isn't it?
Nah, don't
keeping it clean, though. Keeping it clean, is it?
Where is it, bro?
Do you know how heavy it was? Whose neck did I put it on and their neck was hurting? Bro, that's how I need to get clean. That medal's there, man. I'm going to bring it out next game.
Yeah. A quick one to Ant Dicko, who watches all the shows, proper Scouser. And you're from where are you from? Toxteth. I think he's from Toxteth. But anyway, he says, hi, lad, 33 tomorrow. Any chance of a happy birthday? There you go, Ant. Happy birthday,
kiddo. Up for that as well. Birthday gift there for you, lads. 2-1. Match of the day. Flying.
Is right. Quick one here from Louis. Both of you. Do you think Jota will become world class? I'm going to give you my opinion first on this. You know, when we signed him, and when we do sign players in generally, there's sometimes a doubt that you have where you've laid out a lot of money for the player, and you go, "Oh, I don't know if he's going to click." I don't know about you boys, but when we signed Jota, there was not one single doubt in my mind that he wouldn't play well for us. 2 goals already against Arsenal and now Sheffield United. Played in the Champions Leagues, got off to a flyer. I had no doubts about him. Doyle, you go first.
I have no doubts about him either. I don't think he's going to be world class, mate. That's not what his game's all about. He's not about world class technique and stuff. He's about ethic. He's about running about and just getting the ball in the team to work as a mechanism. You know what I mean? He's not that type of world class player, but that's why he works in Klopp's teams, because Klopp needs energy. That's what he needs from his players. That's why he buys players like Minamino, because they chase the ball down and they get the team sitting along. If that makes sense. That's why he's going to be a great successor or replace, Bobby Firmino at some point. That's what I think. That's his path.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Jota tonight, Hugh? Obviously, great start.
Yeah, 100. I think tonight and even the other games that he's played, he's done a free. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me be honest, yeah. When we bought Thiago, for me, it didn't matter who we signed next. It could have been Jota. Bramble could have come out of retirement.
Bramble, fuck off.
I'm being serious. Hipia could have played. Carragher back again. I didn't care because once we saw Thiago, as a Liverpool fan, I've never seen us do a signing like that in my life, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like an established world-class player that can change the whole dynamic of a team, and we're already a world-class team type of thing. So I didn't really, about the Jota thing, I didn't really care too tough. But now seeing him, he is so important, bro. He is so important.
Anthony is actually from Norris Green, and Roy Richards says moody Norris Green. Roy getting stuck in the comments. Few, talk to me about this formation. When it came out today and we saw that Jota and Firmino were both starting with 2 in midfield, really in the centre anyway. New formation. Did it 100% work for you though?
I mean, I'm not 100%, but then again, you can't. A formation doesn't just work like that. You have to adapt. You're gonna have to adapt to it. I mean, if we carry on playing that within the next 10 games, there might be some losses, there might be some draws. But if it works, it will work in the long run. You get what I'm saying? I prefer Jota playing there than if we were playing a basic 4-3-3 and him being out wide or something. I would prefer the role he played today. For me, I think that's Jota. That is Jota.
Like we're saying, lad.
He got us the winner.
Any other day, lad, 4-1 today. You know what I mean? The Salah goal counts and he doesn't hit the post on the other one. 4-1, lad. Simple as that. To me, it worked, lad. It did work. We just got bumped, lad, again. We just got bumped by VAR, boys. That was it. We give a
110%. No, word. For real.
You know what I mean? That was it, lad. So, really, lad, if VAR doesn't exist, bro, really, we won 3-0.
Exactly.
Know what I mean?
Not a pen. Quick one before you go, Few. If Trent had scored that goal earlier, it could have easily been goal of the season. It was very reminiscent of his quick corner. There was a goal very similar by Kamar Roof for Rangers in the Europa League the other night, which was absolutely out of this world. Gerrard actually said, Few, that's the best goal he's ever seen live, this Kamar Roof one. I don't think Trent's would have been better, though.
If Gerrard said it, then it's the truth.
Yeah.
If Stevie G said it, we just have to. I didn't see it, but I know it's the best goal that's been seen live. And I ain't even seen it, but it is. I agree with him. I agree with Gerrard.
You know what? You comes with that positive energy where I just love what you say, bro. You don't waste any words when you're talking about Liverpool. I love your
respect, man. Thank you very much, bro.
Love that. Absolutely. Listen, a quick hi to Ahmed Hussein from New Zealand. It's a morning for him. Crucial win. Got Reds watching from all around the world. From Norris Green to New Zealand. There you go. Few easy. Big up to yourself, bro. Listen,
you too, Alex Doyle. Love people.
See you later, brother.
Listen, we're playing again on Tuesday night against Midtjylland, so I'd love to have you on for then as well, my brother.
I'm there, man. It's the Champions League game.
100% me. Love that. Take care. Go clean that medal in a bit, fella.
Cool boy.
Right, me and Doyle still here. We're going to bring in Darren Whelan all the way from Ireland. Hello, Darren. Quick one here from Tom Best, who says, "Where is James, lads?" James is actually having a night off tonight. He's watching the UFC. So if you're locked in wondering when James is coming up, he's not. I've got Doyle and I've got Darren now, the double Ds, and everyone loves the double D, don't they?
Yeah.
Who doesn't love the double Ds, lads?
Well,
yeah, definitely.
Love that, Darren.
To go from the last show we were on.
Love that, guys. Listen, love your training top as well. That might be your debut of this top on the Kop TV. It might be.
Yeah, it is good fit as well. So,
big smile on your face, Darren. Big win for Liverpool, first in 3. Talk to me about how much this means, especially knowing that Man City dropped 2 points today. Are we top?
Yes.
I haven't seen the table. Are we top?
Yeah. Goal difference. Everton are just ahead though. But yeah, but they're 13 points. Same.
We'll take it.
I think this will be one of those games, lads, that we look back on and be grateful, and something to Villa last season where I wouldn't say scraped, but we won 2-1 with the rivals today dropping points. United, Chelsea, Jordan, City dropping points. It's going to be one of those games you look back on and say huge 3 points. But I thought for the first half an hour today, we invited Sheffield onto us too much. We dropped off a lot. There was no fluidity in our play. They were very dangerous going forward. And then after half an hour of the game, we got going. We were more creative. We got the goal before half time. And then second half, we were far the better team. Deserved to win it. And I mean, VAR, don't talk to me about that. I was just listening to this before I come on. Like, it's an absolute shambles. And apparently it went to VAR just to see whether the foul was inside or outside. And when I reviewed it a few times, you can see it's clearly just outside the 18-yard box. So how can you give it as a penalty as being a foul inside the 18-yard box when it's not? Absolutely, again, it's shambolic and a senseless decision, but we have to get one going our way one of the days, lads, because it's all going against us at the moment. But it was a huge 3 points in the end, considering the start of the game and obviously the poor decision given against us.
Exactly, lad. That's why we've just got to be enthusiastic about this. Exactly. Yeah. Darren summed it up, mate. It is one of them games where we'll look back and go, thank fuck that we won that game. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's dropped points. We needed a win. We haven't won in ages. This was a turning point probably for our season. We just started a new system. We're playing different players in different places. Is it working? Yeah, because we just won. You know what I mean? It's working. So this is where we start turning it round, and we're going to win the league again. Simple as that, isn't it? This is the point where we smoked Sheffield United.
We did miss Virg tonight though, and the fans. No Virg and no fans was massive tonight. Like, I mean, it just wasn't the same. You didn't watch it on pay-per-view either. I watched it on Premier Sports, and it wasn't great, but I wasn't going to obviously pay for pay-per-view, and it's going to be in solidarity with the likes of Spirit Shankly groups and that. I mean, that's again, extortion's an understatement that they're trying to charge and implement that, especially in the financial times we're in at the moment. Like,
this is the thing. They obviously like Liverpool.
Well, it'd be like the boxing. They'll slowly introduce pay-per-view games. People get it, and then every boxing game you have now is pay-per-view, and it'd be something similar to the Premier League. That if people do give in and pay for it, I hope not. Yeah, if it not for some
lad, football's the working man's sport. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's sickening that you always have to pay for it anyway, lad. I remember growing up as a kid. I could watch the Champions League on the telly, lads. I could just watch the Champions League, and you know what? You know how much that inspires kids to play footy, just being able to do that. Like, kids from poor backgrounds. My ma couldn't afford Sky and all that, lads. I wouldn't have been able to watch any football otherwise, lads. So, for me, I think it's disgraceful, lad. Especially, like, we've got governments around now, lads. Yeah, look at the comment there, lads. We've got governments. The government we live in, a Tory government right now, mate. I'm sorry to get political. Literally taking food out of kids' mouths and charging us 15 quid for a game of footy.
Yeah, it's
a joke.
Listen, come on, lads. Like, 2020 is a heavy year, lads.
I know. Listen, you know what I think about that, Doyle. We'll save that for another one because we're here to talk about the good things. And Dicko here raises a great point. 93 grand raised so far for food banks in North Liverpool. Like, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And it's not just Liverpool. Newcastle have done the same. You can see how Marcus Rashford is really putting pressure and on the government and making everyone else aware. But all we can do is hope this is going to change. Listen, like, guys, I didn't fucking pay for that tonight. I was on Premier Sports, but It is what it is. They're forcing us to do what we're doing. Quick one here from Roy Richards. I prefer Darren to James. His Irish voice is lovely. Me and my wife love it. Can you please say hi, Roy and Becky, and wave to us both? Would make our night.
Hi, Roy and Becky, all the way from Dublin. And I'll keep the accent. Well, that's good. It's a good compliment.
You don't get comments like that on other streams. I don't care what anyone says. You just
No.
You don't know.
You think you get that on the Redmen? No way.
This is an exceptional compliment.
Darren, we love it. We love it. Right. At the back today, we obviously had Fabinho and Gomez. Talk to me about how impressed you were with them, Darren. There was a couple of nervy moments. I mean, Fabinho, very unlucky to give away that, let's call it a foul, even though it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought Gomez was very commanding tonight. He slotted in great there with Fabinho. Fabinho, I didn't think he had his best game tonight, but it's 5 games he's played at centre-back for us where he started, and that's the first goal he's conceded, so we can't be too harsh on him. But I was very impressed with Gomez. I said I come on here before the Villa game and I was hyping him up at 23, the experience he has and how good he is. And then he went out against Villa a few days later and it was a shambles, but he's bounced and responded back brilliantly since that game. So I was quite impressed with the 2 centre-halves tonight. I think they were very good. But you could see they're not Virg and we're going to badly miss Virgil van Dijk throughout the season. But I suppose we're putting ourselves in a good position now where we're capitalising when other teams are dropping points. So, yeah, hopefully it swings roundabouts that. I seen Aguero was out today for City, so they're going to miss him. But Van Dijk's a huge one.
It's like what you said, Darren, mate. This could be a turning point. This could be a point where Gomez goes, you know what? This is where I'm going to step up, lad, and be the star man in the back for Liverpool, lad. This could be even that point in the season, lad, where he goes, nah, I'm going to do this now. He's been playing well, lad. He has played a lot better since Virgil's been, he played a lot better, lad. He played a great game today, lad, so.
Yeah. Talk to me about this one, though, lads. And I think this is where sometimes Joe Gomez gets a bit of unfair press. A lot of people are now saying, because there's no Virgil, there's no leader in the back line now. Now, obviously, Virgil is a huge captain for Holland, vice captain or third captain for Liverpool, before Gomez is anyway. Shouts at the guys, does what he does, leads by example. But I feel like if Gomez tries to be that leader and shouts a lot and tries to be loud so that at least the people watching can see that he's trying to be that leader in the back line, and then he makes a mistake, he'll get punished for it. Whereas if Fabinho makes that mistake, he won't get punished as much. Do you understand that?
Yeah, of course. Gomez is a centre-back, lad.
Gomez, yeah.
He's a centre-back, lad, so you can afford him that little bit of liability or that little bit of leeway. You can't afford Gomez, who's been playing there for the last 2 years, learning from the best centre-back in the world, lad. And one of the best goalkeepers behind you in the world as well, lad. Sorry, lads. You've got to keep it level. That's what Liverpool's all about, lad. We love you, but you still have to keep it level. And we're saying that you can definitely get to that level because he definitely can, lad. We just want him to step up now, I think. And he did today, lad. He was boss today. Done really well. I don't think there was one point where he lost his composure or give a stupid pass away. Or in fact, he pinged a few balls across the pitch. Spot on, lad. He's just, and I think that shows as part of his character. So to add to what Alex said, maybe he could be a good leader. Because he obviously has confidence in his ability. He obviously thinks he can come back and do them dynamic balls across the pitch and stuff. So maybe he is a good leader and we should give him a chance at that.
Maybe, that's a good point, Doyle. As well as that, he's only 23 and the experience he has for a young player. I mean, you see centre-backs like Thiago Silva is 10 or 11 years, 12 years, whatever, older than him. And you can see Gomez in the next couple of seasons, he's only going to get better. He is becoming more commanding. He's leading more. At 23 years of age, he's playing at a higher and more consistent, higher level than John Terry, Virgil van Dijk and Rio Ferdinand. So, I think he's going to be potentially world-class and hopefully.
You made a great point there. It's a fantastic point. Yeah. When Virgil van Dijk was 23, when all these players were 23, they weren't playing the level. That's a fantastic point.
Yeah. And now with Van Dijk out now, there's more onus on Gomez, and this is his time to see what he's made of, and he can get to that next level. So it's all I suppose it's a win-win situation for Joe.
If you're Joe, you're looking in the dressing room, you're looking around and going, right, unless I really fuck up, I've basically got a place now for the next 18 months, guaranteed, every single week.
Yeah, However, I don't think he will be thinking that. That's not what the type of player he is.
No, I don't think that's the right way of thinking. But
he won't be thinking that.
He has got a huge opportunity now to be like, look, I know that the spotlight is going to be on me so much, but it's down to me to show why I've come to Liverpool. And it's all down to this season for me. It's a huge season for Joe Gomez. I don't think if we don't win the league, I'm not saying his career is over, but if we win the league now with Joe Gomez as our
yeah, you're spot on there, Alex.
He becomes an absolute giant, and I think he's got a huge opportunity to show us what he can do.
I agree with that. You know, lad, that's a massive
100%, lads.
It's a very valid one, lad. I agree with that. He has a chance to be a Virgil status, lad. Yeah, the Virgil status. However, I do think we should afford him some leeway, being that Darren's just said he's 23, lad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he's probably gonna make some mistakes, so we can't do this soon right now. When you've got to step up, and you could be this and you could be that. Because the reality is, he's already stepped up for a 23-year-old. He's just won a Champions League and a Premier League and kept countless clean sheets, lad. Like, he has stepped up already, so we have to definitely afford him. So I do agree with your point, Alex. Yeah, he does get harshly, you know.
That's going to happen when Virgil's injured, but as well, we have to remember he's got so much experience for Liverpool now, Champions League finals, Premier Leagues, whatever, and he still missed a year and a half through injury. Just imagine if he didn't get injured and he'd have all that experience on top of it now. It would have been amazing. Yeah. But Darren, to talk about our opponents today, I mean, Doyle texted me before the game and said, Brewster is starting. Can you believe it? And I said, well, listen, they've just paid 25 mil. Of course they're going to want to start him. It just happens to be that it's against us. Mark Simmons here says, let's face it, Sheffield was a load of cart horses. Glad to stick it to their coach. Bad-mouthing us before the game, Egypt. Darren, I mean, talk to us about Sheffield United. McBurney, the only thing I would say about Gomez is McBurney won a lot of headers.
Well, McBurney wins a lot of headers. That's his game, lad.
Yeah, he did. And a couple of the Irish lads for Sheffield United tonight were very good. I thought Egan, Stevens, really good lads. Sheffield United were very organised, really drilled, made it hard for Liverpool tonight. But you know what, Alex and Doyle, it was kind of like similar to the Leeds game. Sheffield United were coming with nothing to lose. They played 5 games, they'd 1 point. They were in a really bad form. But when you come to places like Anfield, the home of the champions, the fortress for Liverpool, when there's no pressure on you, it's just, I mean, you've nothing to lose. You're going to just go out and sometimes you perform better. The bit of luck goes away, hence with the penalty. And they went all out at Liverpool. And I was watching the interview before the game with the manager, and he was saying, look, he's never got on a coach to a game and thought they'd never had a chance, and did a good chance tonight. Right. And I just think with Liverpool, we've seen it so many times that when we're playing a side where the pressure's on Liverpool, we have to win, that it can just be that bit more difficult for us. And I think tonight we were crying out for the Thiago in midfield. But I thought Henderson was superb tonight, all round, very professional.
That's my man of the match, actually.
Yeah, I think so, Alex. Yeah. But Sheffield United lads, I don't think they're going to get down this season. I don't think being a relegation scrap. But after 6 games, 1 point, it is bad from them. But they've City next. They're home to City. So, you know, if they play anywhere like they did tonight, it could be a couple of points dropped again for Pep and City lads. You know, they're struggling for points.
Yeah, definitely. I actually agreed with Andy Townsend in commentary tonight, where he said, even though 5 games, 1 point, maybe 4 or 5 goals they've scored, that was the best they've played in the season so far. And there was times when McBurney linked up with Brewster and what was his name? Berg played quite well, I thought. And that Bulldog on the right was swinging some great crosses in. If they had better finishers, could have been a very different story tonight. So we have to, we just got to be grateful that we came through and won that game. I think Tommy C here agrees with Darren, saying Thiago feeding the likes of Jota, Mane, Mo and Bob in that formation is frightening. Yes, one thing I should say, though, is when we took out that extra midfielder that we normally do play with, you could see that our midfielders were a little bit isolated, and there was 2 of them to 4 Sheffield United players, really. I think we definitely do better with 3 in the middle. But it looks like, Doyle, that Thiago is going to be back for the next game at home on Saturday against West Ham. So it might not be too long until we see this, what Tommy said.
Well, I can't wait for this, mate. We all know. We've watched Thiago now for a total of 90 minutes at most. And we can see in them 90 minutes how good of a player this player is. He literally, as a dad that won a World Cup, said this about 50 times. He was born to play football, this fella. So he's going to add something to this game unbelievably. And I feel like he's one of them type of players as well. You can stick him anywhere in that midfield and he's still going to do the same job for you. It doesn't matter what, he'll still do it well. It doesn't matter, lad, he'll do it perfectly. So I think coming into this now, we're going to put 4 attackers, mate, in the team with Thiago, Mane, Bobby, Jota. Like, that is frightening, lad. It's just mad. You know what I mean? So it's a new Liverpool. This is what we're saying about the turning point. This might be a new direction for Liverpool, and that's probably what we needed because we played the same football for a long time now. Maybe Virgil van Dijk is not a blessing. Let's not say that, but it is forcing us to think how we play our football, and so now we're going to work on something different, and I'm happy about that because we were going dipping. That's what we were doing, lads. So now we're picking ourselves back up, and I love to see it. This is why we've got to celebrate little victories like this. This is important to celebrate. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's get through some more comments here. Mark Simmons here says, switch Gomez with Fabinho when Matip comes back and keep the height at the back.
Isn't Gomez taller? Gomez is like 6 foot.
Well, I would say Gomez is definitely at least 6'1", if not 6'2".
I mean, he's not as tall as Matip and Gomez, as Matip and Fabinho, but he's still tall enough, lads. Does well.
I mean, Carragher's 5'10", lads.
I haven't said that. You could still try Fab, Matip, and Gomez in the middle. That you could try that, lads. See what that works like. Yeah, that's what I would like. And then Robbo and Trent either side.
Yeah, I think you're right. If we have Matip and Gomez and have Fabinho as that deep lying kind of low block CDM, he actually almost fits in that position. Yeah, comes in and plays in the centre of the 2 centre backs, making it a 3 at the back. So I think Fabinho's best there. He's so good with interceptions. Really unlucky tonight with the pen. So apparently there's breaking news that the Mirror are reporting that we're in talks for Kabak. Apparently he's a Maldini-esque player in a crap German side. Great transition defender. So apparently a lot of people in the comments saying Kabak is on the cards as an option to get in January. And Matteo commenting on that now. How much do we know about Kabak, guys?
Not much, to be honest. That's the first time I've ever heard of who he is, to be honest. But having said that,
he's a young Turkish centre-half. He's 20 years of age, good experience for his age, but I've only seen a couple of clips of him, lads, playing for Schalke. He does look really good, very commanding, but it's hard to say much of now. But he's up to the level of playing as a centre-half at Liverpool if Liverpool are looking to sign him, especially with how well we recruited in the last couple of seasons, particularly since Klopp came in. So I'd have full faith in that if he came in, he'd be good, yeah.
If he comes in January, in my opinion, he doesn't go in over Gomez or Matip. That's our front two now.
He's 20 years old, though. Darren just said he was 20 years old, so I don't think he's expecting to do that neither, to be honest, mate. I think he's expecting to come into a team as a young buck, take some experience and try and get into the first team as the years go on. That's what you'd be expecting from a 20-year-old centre-back. In my opinion, that's what you'd be expecting by the age of 25 or 24. If you haven't quite done it, then you chip.
I think as well, the problem is that Matip and Gomez, particularly Matip, gets a lot of injuries. I mean, someone like Kabak, if he came in, got that bit of experience, there's no better club at the moment to be nurtured and developed that than Liverpool. A lot of senior lads, Henderson, Milner, a couple of them are great with the young lads. So, and even Jurgen Klopp, I mean, no better father figure, coach to have than him. So if he came in, possibly it could even be next season. If he come in January, you could be looking that he'd be very stiff competition for the 2 lads, and then Virgil come back. So I'm sure there's some merits behind why we're looking to buy him, and it's obviously to benefit and enhance the club,
Yeah, I think that's right. There's some so in 100 appearances for Andy Robertson, some stats just coming in here. 77 wins. He's Doyle's man of the match tonight. 26 more wins until the title again is ours, lads. Get on that. 26 more wins. It sounds like a long time away, but 26 more wins and we've won the title.
I mean, only 26,
Only 26. Yeah, not too long. I mean, Melvin here is saying Matip and Kabak have Schalke link. I think Matip left Schalke way before Kabak joined. But the next game we have in the league, lads, we'll talk about the Champions League in a bit. But in the league, West Ham, off the back of some great results, they beat Wolves, drew with Tottenham, drew with City today. Great.
They're still unbeaten, aren't they? Are they unbeaten?
No, I do think they have been beaten once.
Okay.
But, that's a big game at Anfield. We struggled against West Ham last time. They really gave us a tough game. Is this one going to be all convincing? But we will have Thiago back.
We're not going to have many convincing performances, and nobody is this season, mate. Unless one of the teams turns up and is just not on the game. That's the way I see it right now.
Yeah, I agree, Doyle. I think it's going to be such an open season. I think just adding over 80 points, whoever gets that is going to win it. I think that the reason for that is since the project restart, there hasn't been any pre-season. Particularly, there was 2 weeks, Liverpool had 2-3 games. We were straight from that. The restart when did we restart? Was June, and right up to now, and like a lot of injuries, a lot of players are gonna unfortunately be infected with this virus now. We've seen it already, a couple at Liverpool, and there's gonna be a lot more to go as the season goes on with every club. So it's gonna be a fairly open season, lads. And West Ham, like they beat Leicester as well, didn't they? Leicester beat Man City 5-2, and then they lost 3-0 at home to West Ham, and West Ham have went there and beat them. So they're going to be tough, lads. And again, the pressure will be on Liverpool at Anfield next week to win. It'd be probably something similar to today, but with Thiago coming back, like I expect us to beat Midtjylland now midweek. The confidence will be higher than what it currently is. I mean, champions at the Fortress again, lads. You know, like having lost since April 2017, the Premier League at home. I don't think West Ham are going to come and beat us next week, but nowadays, sure, if we draw the game, it's a disappointing result, isn't it? So that'll be something they'll come to Anfield to upset all the odds. But I think it'll be hammer time for Liverpool next week, where we'll beat West Ham.
Diego says next Saturday 5:30 West Ham will ask more questions. Funnily enough, 5:30 on a Saturday is Liverpool's favourite time to play when we win the most games. And our least favourite time to play, lads?
12:30.
On a Saturday,
yeah. He wants to play then, lad. He wants to get up in the morning and go, like, well, you mad, lads? I like to play footy in the morning, but no one wants to go and watch the game at 12:30 in the morning. I know there's no fans, but 12:30s are just crap, lads.
Saying that, I used to travel around everywhere and have 9 o'clock kickoffs in Sunday League when I was a kid. So 12:30, mate. Yeah, should be
That's
right.
the evening. Yeah. Well, there's nothing worse than a 12:30 kickoff straight after an international break. They're the ones I dread.
I mean, this will be the third international break already of the season that we're about to hit into. After there's a couple more games, and then it's a 3-game international break.
Yeah, lad.
I mean, how much more of that stuff can we take, considering there is a worldwide pandemic happening right now? By the way, is it really sensible?
Well, the thing is, they're always going to play the national teams, aren't they? Because that's just what they do, mate. It's just what they do, lad. So. I mean, and as a scouser, I'm not really asked about England, to be quite honest. I couldn't give.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Darren's not too keen on the move.
No, I don't, lad. It's not something I ever had much affection for, really, the international scene. It's a good point you made, Alex, and I've heard a lot of people on Twitter and Facebook, Instagram saying it. I mean, there's a worldwide pandemic. These players are mixing with different players, going away to different countries, staying for a couple of days, playing against all teams around Europe and the world. It's just senseless at the moment. And I mean, it's like international football. Who cares, really? You know what I mean? I'm just not a fan of it at all. And I just find it hard to follow. I have much of an interest in.
Yeah, listen, lads, we'll call it a day there. We can go on about the international break another time.
Yeah.
But, listen, Darren, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, as it always is, mate. We'll see you after the game.
Cheers, lads. Thank you.
Thanks, Darren, lad.
See you, Doyle. Take care, Alex. All the best, lads.
Nice one, man. Right. Thank you for all of your eyes and ears this night. I mean, listen, I'm yawning. It is a late one. Thank you for sticking with us until the end. Doyle is going to be back on the channel. We're going to do a random questions, actually, with James Redmond this week. Obviously, we had 20 minutes of random questions towards the end of the match preview for this game. And it was really funny. Some questions included top 3 biscuits, top biscuit that you would take to an island. What other questions did we have?
Coriander. Yeah, I like coriander. That's what was one of them as well. Yeah.
What else, Doyle? I mean, if you want to send us a cheeky, dead quick, random question right now, we can take it. But yes, apart from that, Doyle will be back on the fan cams on Tuesday, and then next Saturday as well, we will have fan cams after the West Ham game. But probably the week after that, we're going to have a new show for you called Kop Bins. I actually got some equipment today that's going to help us with that. So very much looking forward for you guys to see the techers of myself and of Mr. Doyle Mills on the football pitch. Beautiful when me and Doyle link up, to be fair, on the football pitch. We score some bangers, don't we, G? Looking forward to that. The whole premise of the show, because we're playing in a goal, and we've got 2 red targets in each top corner. And that's the Kop Bin challenge. You have to get that target, and we'll go from there. But guys, thank you again for watching and listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Lots more good content coming up. Top of the Kops is back on Tuesday as well. Or is it Wednesday? No, we're playing on Tuesdays, aren't we? So we'll have to do Top of the Kops on Wednesday next week. But another great show lined up for you then. Doyle, my bro, thank you so much for joining. Take care, my guy. Enjoy yourself. Right, that's all for us tonight. It's almost 11 o'clock. Time to get some sleep. But listen, it's Doyle giving me the middle finger in the background. But yeah, and also Khabib has just retired from UFC as well. As some more breaking news in sport, Khabib has retired as the GOAT.
Did he win?
Yes, he won and he's retired. There we go. But goodbye, Doyle. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I'm delirious now. I just need bed. I'm very tired. It was a great victory, 2-1. We'll take that all day. A win's a win. It was never a pen, though.